Hey guys, this is Martin here from Rip Kodiak. This is going to be a very different video. It's going to be an unusual one, but I just have to make this. I have to speak my mind on this. Very important. It's going to be about the Los Angeles wildfires. There's so many people that have lost their homes, properties, businesses, and their whole life savings, really, over the past couple of days, really. And it's sickening, man. It's madness. Like, Los Angeles especially has never really had such a catastrophe for a long, long time. And this is making headlines, man. A lot of people are talking about this. And I have a lot of viewers and a lot of listeners from Southern California. I hope you guys are all safe. To all the victims out there, I'm sending all my love, all my prayers to you guys. I hope you guys get, back on track, that you find some shelter, you find some help, you find some support. It is really important to find that in very difficult moments. And the reason why I wanted to make this video, it's not because I'm American. I'm actually Polish, but I know I speak like an American, But I've always wanted to make the move to California for some reason. Thanks to GTA 5, I used to play that video game all day long. That's maybe why I've always had this little dream at the back of my mind. And, there's so much negativity and so much negative press and PR from the social media world around this. And it's sickening, it's madness. I've read a lot of comments about this. There's so many people who are, approaching this by saying, oh, it's the rich people's fault, their homes are burned down, they can afford it, they can afford a new home, whatever. It's the poor people you have to, take care of. I'm like, bro, really? Think about it logically. Just because someone has money doesn't mean that they're so much different than you. They're still human, man. They still have kids. They still have a job, most of them. A lot of people that live in Pacific Palisades are normal people. It's not just celebrities and very wealthy people. There's a lot of people that live there. People who have normal jobs. They have kids. They have mortgages. They have debt. They have a lot of normal day-to-day things that most of you guys are going through. In some way, because you want to accommodate it with some people on the internet, you want to blame the rich people. You want to say that it's all their fault with this. Really, guys. If you want to ask me who's guilty of this, I would say it's the leadership's fault. Because California, from what I've read, and I've never been there, so I'm speaking a little bit in hypotheticals here, but I know some people that live there. I know one of my good friends, he has a family that lives in Santa Barbara. One of my other guys used to live in Santa Monica. And, California has a lot of taxes. Californians pay a lot of tax on insurance, they pay a lot of property tax. They pay a lot of different, all kinds of taxes, basically. The state tax is really high in California as well. And then, all of a sudden, the government and the local fire department has no water, to extinguish a fire. It's crazy, guys. It is madness. That the local fire hydrants were empty. They had no water, apparently, during the fire. And while the fires were spreading out. Why is that the case? And I'm not going to, be a conspiracy theorist here. I'm not going to say who's guilty of this, if it's arson, if this was done on purpose, if this was, apparently that day, the winds were really strong. And, maybe the winds somehow cut through the power wires and, they sparked something. But the fact of the matter is, why didn't they respond on time? And why is the governor of California, Mr. Newsom, why is he being so lackadaisical about it? Because I've seen a lot of videos on the internet with him. You have residents that lived in Pacific Palisades, Malibu, Pasadena, and all these, affluent neighborhoods. They approached this guy and they were like, hey man, fill up the water hydrants, fill them up. We can take care of this. But he's having such a careless approach to it. He's smirking. He's being he's being so lackadaisical about it. He's not really taking it to heart. He's just like, oh yeah, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Yeah. There's a lot of videos that are floating around the internet right now with Donald Trump, when he talked with Newsom back in 2018. Where he was actually talking about this concern, because back then they had during that year they had a lot of wildfires apparently, And they were trying to fix it once and for all, so that they would never have such devastating consequences ever again. But, according to Donald Trump, Newsom and the people who are in charge of California never signed those papers to make sure that, the local fire departments have enough water, they have enough supplies, they have a good, wage, they have a good salary. And for some reason, I'm not sure if this is true, but the local government of California, they cut the budget for water supplies for the fire departments. And it's sickening. It's crazy, guys. This is like one of the most famous cities in the world, Los Angeles. Like, this is where like every single movie that we watch, and I'm actually looking at this whole thing from an European's perspective, because I'm Polish. Every single thing that we own, computers, technologies, most things that we use on a daily basis come from California. I have a lot of Apple products. I use them every day. They're fantastic. I love them. And then you have such a big city like Los Angeles, the city of angels, right? Arguably, if not the wealthiest city on the planet, maybe right behind New York. And it's not able to fill up the water hydrants. It's not able to fill them up. Like, guys, really, this is such irony. Why is this happening? And then you have the mayor of California, Karen Bass, and she's also being very calm about it. She's not saying anything. She has no comments to the press. She's not saying anything. And guys, this is just getting more and more obvious to me. It really is. That the fire hydrants, they weren't, actually during that time, actually a couple of months before the wildfires, what was happening is that all these, insurance companies, they actually, they were strengthening their policies. And a lot of these insurance companies, they canceled their fire policy. Meaning a lot of the homeowners in Pasadena, Pacific Palisades, and West Hollywood, and most of these areas that were filled with, or still, burning, they have no insurance. Most of the homeowners have no insurance there. So they basically lost everything. Why would you do such thing? Really? And then also, apparently they were also transporting a lot of water from the reservoirs, right? And instead of filling them up, inside the fire hydrants, they were transporting it and they diverted it into the ocean, into the Pacific Ocean. Just to save some fish. Like, come on, guys. Is this all a cover-up? Because now we have so many people that lost their homes. So many people that really have no idea what to do next. They lost their car, their possessions, their home, their memories, and a lot of really good things that they will never get back. Most of them. There's some homeowners that had their policies and they had insurance and they had a safety net, but most of them did not. It's just forgotten memories. And it's going to take a long time for Los Angeles to get back up again. I'm telling you. A lot of, celebrities lost their homes as well. Mel Gibson, Ben Affleck, and a lot of them, they just lost it for some reason. And it's such a tragedy, man. I have a lot of respect for Americans because most of the things that we have today come from America. I love Americans. I have a lot of people from America that follow me, and it's such a disgrace that this is happening. You have such a rich and such an affluent state like California, and this is happening. The local, officials, the governments, the deputies are all allowing this. It is mind-blowing to me. Instead of supporting their own government, their own state, they're sending money, they're just, washing some money offshore to some other countries. I'm not going to say what country this is, but some of you guys who are aware of this, you'll know. Why is this happening? And then now you have thousands upon thousands of people who are left without a home. And the reason why this makes headlines is because Los Angeles is such a big city. And this is so unusual. This rarely happens there. I mean, they have a lot of, sometimes, especially during fire season, they have a lot of wildfires, right? But right now, it's very uncommon to have them during winter. So, but yeah, man, I'm sending all of my love to all you guys, all my Californians, especially you guys who've suffered from this, and all of you who had families there. I'm sending all my love, all my prayers to you guys, because it's sickening, Because to me, this whole thing, it looks like it was orchestrated to me. Just like with what happened back in a couple of years ago. So many houses have been burnt down. I can't really speak on this. I'm out of words. I'm speechless. So many things went wrong with this. And I don't really blame you guys for being mad. I think you should be furious. You should be suing the hell out of these officials. Because they're responsible for this. Really. This should be taken care of. This is a lack of responsibility and leadership. This is what it comes down to. This is what it comes down to, guys. This is a lack of leadership. People fail to take responsibility, and then you have it. To me, this looks like a cover-up. Their insurance companies back down from protecting the homeowners from fires and everything. 2, the fire hydrants were empty. They didn't have enough water in such a rich and affluent neighborhood like Pasadena, Pacific Palisades, West Hollywood, and all these places. And 3, why didn't they take care of it years ago when they still had the time? This could all be prevented. Really. Even Joe Rogan was speaking on it years ago. There's like some clip you can find on the internet where he talks about it. But yeah, guys, I'm just utterly speechless. I can't mutter anymore because this is madness. This is such agony. This is such a disaster. It's something that could be prevented like that if people had it covered from ground zero. But no. And now we're seeing the consequences of it. So again, I'm sending all my love to all my Californians who've suffered from this. And guys, stay strong. Remember what America was built on. It's your attitude. We can make it. Let's make the world great again. Or in your case, let's make America great again. All the best, guys.